In this video, I will show you how you can create a blog page on your WordPress website. I will teach you 3 different methods: using your theme, using a plugin, and using WP Bakery Page Builder. Hi, my name is Adrian, and this channel is all about WordPress. If you want to learn more about this platform, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. So let's start. I will be creating the blog page on this website, which I built on 2021 theme. I have a full tutorial on how I created this theme only with 2021 with no plugins and just few lines of code, and I will leave the link in the description and also on the top of the screen. So the first method that I will show you is how you can use your theme to generate a blog page. That is pretty simple. You just have to go in your WordPress dashboard, add a new page, publish it, and go back to the WordPress dashboard, go under settings and reading, and here under posts page you have to select the blog page or whatever you want to name the page that you want to display your blogs or your articles. Here you can select how many posts to have on the page, and if you have more than 10 posts, for example, on the end of the 10th post you have the pagination, so you can scroll through it. Next, you can select how much of the blog post to be shown, like if you want just a summary or if you want to display the full text. I will leave it as the summary. So you can click Save Changes, and if we go on the pages, and you see here that I have a post page tag next to the blog, and we click View, you'll see the blog posts with a featured image, and after the 10th post you see I have the pagination here from page 1 to page 6, and I have the older posts because by default the theme is ordering them by new posts to older posts. That's how you can do it with your theme. Actually, it's not with your theme, it's with WordPress settings, but the theme is the one that is giving the styles of the blog posts. The drawback of this is you cannot easily edit whatever is shown here or the styles. For example, if you want to display more columns, or if you want to modify the continue reading or put a button or something like that, or if you want to remove the category or the published date, is not that simple to do. You have to go inside of the code to modify the actual structure of the whole thing. If you want to make it look prettier, you have to know some CSS. Okay, the next method is with a plugin, and let's go inside of plugins and add new and search for WP Show Posts. Okay, and this is this plugin, and you click install and activate. With this plugin you will create the layout of the blog posts, but you have to insert a shortcode inside of the page that you want your posts to be displayed. So first we have to go under settings and reading, and we have to deselect the page for the posts and save changes. And after that, go to WP show posts and add new. And here you can select the type. You can either do posts or pages. You can do the taxonomy, like if you want to display only a category, only a tag, or a format. I will leave it as is. If you don't select any taxonomies, you will just display all your posts. Posts per page is the same setting that we had on WordPress settings. Columns, you can select on how many columns your blog post to be displayed. And let's say we want to display them in 3 columns. Images, if you want for the featured image to have a specific width and height. Also, you can select the alignment if you want on the center, on left, on right, and the image location to be below the title or above the title. I will leave it as is for now. The content, you can select here if you want to just show an excerpt or the full content or none. If you only want to have the image and the title, or you can have only the image and remove the title altogether. Here you can select the HTML element you want the titles to be displayed on, the read more text, and some button classes. If you have like custom classes, you can add them here just to take a different style. Under meta, you can include the date, include the author, include terms like the categories and tags, and include the comments link if you have a comment section enabled. In settings, you can fine tune to display only specific posts. You can select them by ID, you can exclude by ID, and you can select the ordering to be descending or ascending, or you can order them by date, ID, and all of that. Okay, let's hit publish. Just grab the shortcode that is here, copy, and go under pages and blog page. And here you can add the shortcode and add the shortcode and update. And if we go to preview, see this is not looking really well, but we can tweak this to look better. Click on the change block style and add columns and make them white width, and click update. And when we go to preview, now it's looking better. So you can see we have 3 columns with the image on the center and the text below. We can see the date. We can add the button to read more underneath the content. So we can go back to WP show posts, and under our blog posts, go under content, and here we can put read more and update. And if we go back to the blog page, we will have the readme button at the bottom of the post. We can also enable the pagination from here too, and click update. And when we refresh, we have the pagination here. We can put more posts, like 12. So we will have an even number here. We can also have just one column. And update. And when we refresh, we have a column here. we can align the image to be on the left. And just to keep things consistent, I will give a fixed width and fixed height for the images, like 300 by 300, and update. And when we refresh, you see we have the image on the left and the content on the right. Also, we can increase the number of words that are displayed here. In content, we can put like 60. So we can have more. And you can tweak the settings pretty much to display whatever you want. The drawback of using this plugin is that you kind of don't have a control over the styling of this. I mean, like colors or font sizes and all of that. You have to modify them in CSS, but still it's a better option than the default WordPress setting, because this will actually give you some flexibility and you pretty much can have a nice looking blog page. Next, I'm going to show you how you can create the blog page using WP Bakery. I chose to include WP Bakery in this tutorial because if you bought a premium theme, most likely you have WP Bakery. So let's see how we can create the blog page with the WP Bakery. So before we do that, let's go under pages and under blog and just delete the shortcode because we don't want to have two different post grids. And go back to WordPress admin, go to plugins, and just let me activate WP Bakery. Go under pages and blog. I like to use the backend editor, but the frontend editor will do just fine. So let's use the backend editor. Okay, let's delete this section and add an element, and I'll search for post. And with the WP Bakery version that I have few options here. I can have a post slider, a post grid, or a post masonry grid. The difference between the post grid and the post masonry grid is that instead of having columns that are the same height, I will have columns that are uneven, but will create like a nice layout. And because I have blog posts that are not pretty even styled, I will use the post masonry grid, but the same settings you will have for both of them. So go under post masonry and select posts. You can also narrow it by category or by IDs if you want to display only specific posts or only specific categories. For example, if you want to create a page where you want to display only a specific category of posts, you can do this here. Also, you can select the number of items, the display style, if you want to show the full length of the article, or if you want to display only the excerpt. You can select how many columns you want your grid to have, the gap between them, and so on. Here in data settings, you can change the order and order by, also exclude IDs or specific posts, and so on. On item design, WP Bakery has few designs that you can choose from, and I will show you how that works. Let's click save and update and go here, and you see I have like a nice looking masonry grid. Mine looks a bit messed up. That's because of my theme. I have to do some modification modifications inside of the layout style in order for this to look better, but you get the idea. This is just for demo purposes. So I was mentioning about the item design. For example, you can have some visual effects whenever you are hovering over the post. For example, if I click paste in and refresh the page, you see whenever I am hovering over an image, the image will just fade in a bit. I can have different type of layouts, for example, like overlay with rotation, save and update. See, I don't have any text, and whenever I am hovering over, I will display the title and the date. And you can play around with the settings. There are a bunch of designs you can choose from, and you can create a pretty looking blog section or blog page. With WP Bakery, you can create your own post grid. And if you would like for me to have a tutorial on this, comment in the comment section down below. If enough people will request this from me, I will create the tutorial on how you can create custom post grids. That's it for today. If you found this tutorial helpful, hit the like button. And if you want to be notified whenever I'm releasing a new video, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. Thanks.